The Elder Scrolls. 5. Skyrim is a massive open-world RPG with a focus on exploration, combat, and character customization. Players create their own character and then embark on a journey to explore the vast land of Skyrim. Along the way, they will encounter a variety of quests, characters, and challenges. The game features a complex and rewarding combat system. Players can choose to fight with a variety of weapons, including swords, axes, bows, and magic. They can also learn a variety of spells and abilities to help them in battle. A Plague Tale. Requiem is an action-adventure game with a focus on stealth and puzzle solving. Players control Amicia de Rune, a young woman who must protect her younger brother Hugo from a variety of dangers, including the Plague, the Inquisition, and hordes of infected rats. Gameplay in A Plague Tale is divided into two main phases: exploration and combat. During exploration, players must navigate environments and solve puzzles to progress. Players must also be careful to avoid enemies and traps. Combat is challenging and requires players to use stealth and strategy to defeat their foes.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm coming!
He's coming!
I smell fear. I, Lucas, Perfidious among the Perfidious, swear to make a stew out of your toes and eat it.
He's horrible.
Dark Souls. Remastered is a challenging action role-playing game set in a dark and atmospheric world. Players create their own character and embark on a perilous journey to defeat powerful bosses and uncover the secrets of the world. The gameplay is focused on exploration, combat, and character customization. Players must explore the interconnected world of Lordran, defeating enemies and solving puzzles to progress. Combat requires players to carefully manage their stamina and learn the attack patterns of their enemies. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. Complete Edition is an action role-playing game, ARPG, set in a vast open world. Players assume control of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter known as a Witcher. Geralt must travel across the world to find his adopted daughter Ciri, who is being pursued by the Wild Hunt, a spectral army from another world. The Witcher 3 features a complex and rewarding combat system. Geralt can use a variety of weapons and abilities to defeat his foes. He can also cast spells and use potions to enhance his abilities.
Trouble. Goidemar, will you raise a glass with me?
It's Durban now. D-E-R-B-A-N. Not Goidemar.
What do you mean? I know what they named you. You're cutting.
Battle Brothers is a turn-based tactical RPG where players lead a company of mercenaries through a procedurally generated medieval world. Players must recruit and train mercenaries, equip them with weapons and armor, and lead them into battle against bandits, raiders, and other threats. The gameplay is divided into two main phases: the campaign phase and the battle phase. In the campaign phase, players travel the world, recruiting new mercenaries, taking on contracts, and managing their company's resources. In the battle phase, players lead their mercenaries into battle against their enemies. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice is an action-adventure game where players control Senua, a Celtic warrior who ventures into the Norse underworld to rescue her lover's soul. The game features a unique and immersive gameplay experience that focuses on Senua's mental state and her hallucinations. In Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, players must explore a dark and dangerous world filled with hostile creatures and puzzles. Senua must use her sword and shield to fight her way through enemies, and she must also solve puzzles to progress.
Stand on the edge. Pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela.
Kingdoms of Amalur. Re-Reckoning is an action role-playing game set in the fantasy world of Amalur. Players take on the role of the Fateless One, a hero who has been resurrected from the dead. The Fateless One must travel across Amalur to defeat the Tuatha De Danann, a race of powerful beings who are threatening to destroy the world. The game features a fast-paced and action-packed combat system. Players can choose from a variety of different weapons and abilities, and they can customize their character to suit their playstyle.
That one had a bow. Get it?
Kingdoms of Shovel Knight. Treasure Trove is a collection of 4 action-adventure games set in a medieval fantasy world. The games follow the adventures of Shovel Knight, a brave knight who must defeat the Order of No Quarter and their vile leader, the Enchantress. The gameplay in Kingdoms of Shovel Knight is focused on platforming and combat. Shovel Knight uses his trusty shovel to dig through the earth, attack enemies, and solve puzzles. The games feature a variety of different levels, each with its own unique challenges and surprises. Darkest Dungeon is a turn-based strategy RPG with roguelike elements. It is set in a dark fantasy world where the player controls a group of heroes who must explore dungeons and defeat monsters. The game features a unique stress system, which represents the psychological state of the player's heroes. Heroes can become stressed as they explore dungeons and fight monsters. If a hero becomes too stressed, they may develop negative traits or even abandon the party altogether.
Passage.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Stardew Valley is a farming simulator game where players take on the role of a character who has inherited their grandfather's old farm. Players must clear the land, plant crops, raise animals, and sell their produce to earn money. The game also features a variety of other activities, such as fishing, mining, and exploring.